Charlie Chaplin, the boy who turned pain into laughter. If you've ever laughed at Charlie Chaplin's funny walk, oversized shoes, or tiny mustache, you probably saw a comedian. But behind those smiles was one of the most heartbreaking life stories in history. This isn't just the story of a movie star, it's the story of a little boy who refused to let hunger and heartbreak define his future. Charlie Chaplin was born on April 16, 1889, in London, England. His parents were stage performers, but fame never brought them financial security. His father struggled with alcoholism and abandoned the family when Charlie was still a child. His mother, Hannah, loved her children deeply, but she suffered from severe mental illness that slowly took away her ability to care for them. As a young boy, Charlie didn't know what it felt like to have a stable home. There were days when he and his brother Sidney had almost nothing to eat. Some nights they slept hungry, wondering what tomorrow would bring. Their clothes were worn out, and life seemed determined to break them. The hardest moments came when Charlie's mother became too ill to care for her children. She was admitted to a mental institution, leaving Charlie and Sidney completely alone. Imagine being just a little boy and watching your mother disappear while having no idea if she would ever come back. That pain stayed with Charlie for the rest of his life. With no parents to protect them, Charlie and his brother were sent to workhouses and orphanages. These places were cold, strict, and lonely. While other children dreamed about toys and birthdays, Charlie dreamed about having enough food and a family to love him. But even during those dark days, something incredible happened. Charlie discovered that making people laugh gave him hope. Whenever he performed little jokes or funny expressions, people smiled. For a few moments, everyone forgot their problems, including Charlie himself. That realization changed everything. At a very young age, Charlie began performing on stage. He wasn't chasing fame, he was chasing survival. Every performance helped him earn enough money to stay alive. Every applause reminded him that maybe his life could become something greater than suffering. As a teenager, Charlie joined a comedy troupe that eventually toured America. It was his first real opportunity to leave behind the streets that had shaped his childhood. America welcomed him with possibilities he had never imagined. Then Hollywood came calling. In the early days of silent films, Charlie created a character the world would never forget, the little tramp. Wearing baggy pants, a tight coat, a bowler hat, and carrying a small cane, the little tramp looked poor, but he never lost his dignity, kindness, or hope. Audiences instantly fell in love. The character wasn't just fiction. It reflected Charlie's own childhood. He knew what it meant to be hungry, ignored, and rejected. Every smile on screen came from someone who truly understood pain. As his popularity exploded, Charlie Chaplin became the biggest movie star on Earth. His films crossed every language barrier because they spoke directly to the human heart. You didn't need words to understand loneliness, love, hope, or courage. Soon he wasn't just acting. He was writing, directing, producing, editing, and even composing music for his films. Few artists in history have controlled every part of their creative work the way Charlie did. Movies like The Kid, City Lights, Modern Times, and The Great Dictator became timeless masterpieces. They made audiences laugh one moment and cry the next. One of his most emotional films, The Kid, was especially personal. It told the story of an abandoned child finding love and belonging. Charlie poured his own childhood memories into every scene, making it one of cinema's most touching stories. Despite worldwide fame, Charlie's personal life remained complicated. He experienced failed marriages, public criticism, and constant media attention. His success couldn't erase the emotional scars left by his childhood. Deep inside, the little boy who once slept hungry never completely disappeared. As the political climate changed during the 1940s and 1950s, Charlie became the target of controversy in America. He faced accusations and intense public scrutiny during a time of political fear. Although never convicted of wrongdoing related to those political accusations, the pressure grew so intense that, while traveling abroad in 1952, he learned he would not be allowed to easily return to the United States unless he met new immigration requirements. Rather than continue the fight, he settled in Switzerland with his family. Imagine building your career in a country you loved, only to feel forced to leave it behind. Even in exile, Charlie never stopped creating. He continued making films and inspiring generations of artists around the world. Then, in 1972, something unforgettable happened. After 20 years away, Charlie Chaplin returned to Hollywood to receive an honorary Academy Award. As he walked onto the stage, the audience stood and applauded. The applause continued for more than 12 minutes, one of the longest standing ovations in Academy Awards history. It wasn't just applause for a legendary filmmaker. It was applause for a little boy who had survived hunger, loneliness, rejection, and heartbreak without ever losing his ability to make the world smile. 3 years later, Queen Elizabeth II knighted him, and he became Sir Charlie Chaplin. On Christmas Day in 1977, Charlie Chaplin passed away peacefully in Switzerland at the age of 88. His journey ended, but his legacy never will. Today, more than a century after he first stepped onto the screen, millions of people still laugh at his films. Yet behind every laugh is a reminder that the brightest smiles are sometimes created by those who have experienced the deepest pain. Charlie Chaplin once transformed his own suffering into hope for the entire world. His life teaches us that your past doesn't have to decide your future. No matter how broken your beginning may be, kindness, perseverance, and courage can create a legacy that outlives generations. And perhaps that's the greatest performance Charlie Chaplin ever gave, not on a movie screen, but through the extraordinary way he lived his life.